Have you ever done any video logging outside in nature, just using your phone? What were the challenges? What were the benefits? In today's video, we'll explore that journey. Please share the journey together with me as I took another item on my bucket list of getting out of my comfort zone by doing video and getting myself out there. Let's dive in and enjoy the journey. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Today's topic, it will start from the fact that I knew that I had to do another video, and I was thinking what to actually do the video about. So thinking of it, I said, how about I go and do a vlog in motion, so to speak. In general, all my previous 3 videos that I did until now, they were done in, let's say, in the studio environment in my office. So today what I will do, I will actually start doing a video while I will merge 2 things. Welcome to the first 1000 channel, where we're trying to help people who want to transition from being a full-time employee to side entrepreneur. The name of the channel, it's called First 1000 because we are trying to get the first 1000 subscription on our YouTube channel, and we'll document on how long it will take us to get there and get that journey. Today I will talk about vlogging with your phone. Can you do that or can't you? Currently I have a OnePlus 8 Pro and the image is pretty good. I'm not sure the image stabilization, how good it is. But anyway, I went out for a walk with my son, and in the meantime I said, how about we do productively a little bit of video logging. This way we can see how the microphone it sounds as well, and also what kind of image is produced by the phone. Now I will do some a little bit of videos or B-rolls using the back camera. This is the front camera obviously, and we'll see. This is 4K image and it's looking pretty good. It's closer, further, well, even closer. That's my son. Okay, my son doesn't want to stay next to me because he's afraid being filmed. There are a few things that you have to do, especially now that we are in lockdown in COVID-19 and we have a 5-kilometer walk radius. I decided, how about today I actually merge 2 things. I have to do my walk or walks, and in the same time, how about I shoot a video as well. One of the lean principles in general, whether it's manufacturing and anything in life, is if you can merge 2 things together and do them at once. In this case, it's not merging. It shouldn't be confused with the cramming. Cramming is when you want to do 300 things at once, and you have a little bit of a bandwidth for getting them done together. So in general, a good advice is to actually combine a low brain intensive activity, like in this case walking, and also pay attention to surroundings as well, and talking in the same time, so film on what you're going. One of a few other topics that I was thinking about today, it was, can you do actually a YouTube channel just having the phone, and even maybe actually just using the phone software for editing and producing the video. And another thing I was thinking from a point of view of having a laptop or whatever the brand, doesn't matter if it's an Apple one or it's a Microsoft Surface or Asus or any kind of brand, and can you do your work just using minimal bootstrapping resources. In this case I was actually thinking Apple having the iMovies, which is a free app, and Microsoft having the video editor as a free app. Now I compared both of them, and you can do the job with both of them. iMovie is actually more evolved. Video editor is more related to home movies, but in the same time you can actually you can produce a video. So what I will try to do, I will try to actually produce a video with iMovies and the videos with video editor. Now, okay, let's look around with no cars. In regards with what's the biggest thing that iMovies has more than the video editor in Microsoft is the fact that it has picture-in-picture. So if you need get a video in the background or a picture that you might make reference to or study and so on, you have to use iMovies. You can't use video editor, or it might be another way to do it, but it's more circumvoluted and also takes you much more time. From another simplicity point of view in filming camera, especially when there are nice days like this and pretty much everybody's out and about in walking in the park with the dog, with the kid, with the pig, and it's actually the first time that I'm doing a vlogging video outside, vlogging on mobile in 2020 and prepared for 2021. As you see, I actually film right now with 4K probably I have a sun a little bit behind me and that doesn't help, but on OnePlus 8 Pro. It's actually a beautiful phone. It has like a beautiful camera and actually even image stabilization. You can see I'm using a selfie stick, and probably I use the crappiest selfie stick that I have. I always have to be very focused on actually having in mind not to the camera can roll over and fall down, because the selfie stick, it can't maintain too much weight. And the problem is the phones are becoming increasingly heavier, hence the selfie stick has to be handled with attention. You can film two ways. You can film with the selfie stick. Obviously there are some other gadgets like DJI gimbal and so on, but I think you shouldn't get with you 300 kilos of hardware and just get outside when you can have a simple selfie stick which weighs a few grams and go with it. It's a beautiful day outside, everybody's out and about, and it's actually beautiful. It's actually beautiful to get out. Here, back again. So this is my fourth video that I have done, and usually when you start everything, the hardest bit is to get to from the fourth times that you are doing that particular thing, whether you are training, whether you wanna be more fit or train, or in this case start a new habit or a new type of hobby. You can do a video two ways. Okay, my glasses are getting all foggy. You can do a video two ways. So on the move, yeah, you can do it by walking. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend running because you might get in a little bit of a mishap. Or you can do in a more static view, where you can go in a nice area or wherever. Actually, you can be anywhere, in a coffee shop, or not necessarily right now because all the coffee shops are closed, but in a more serene environment, or it could be in your backyard or so on. But it's going mobile, yeah? So you don't have a camera with you other than the mobile. For example, I will just stay here, yeah, static, and you can still move around and look at the lighting, or you can walk. I'm really passionate around the fact that I'm actually very happy while doing these videos. I don't know, maybe because they are a hobby, they are something that I want to do. I'm still finding probably my voice
Oops, you see, this was exactly what I was saying. The selfie is flipping around. It's pretty crap. I have to fix it, or I don't. I can work with it like this. It's very nice here on trail. Now, talking about OnePlus 8 Pro and OnePlus 5T. This one, my OnePlus 5T. I really love this phone. Actually, still loving it. The only problem was that I had an accident, so by sheer accident, this phone didn't last. I think I have this phone since 4 years. It didn't fail me anywhere. I was to Europe, I filmed everything there and so on, but I had a jogging accident with my son, and the phone just flipped and fall down on the concrete, and obviously the display went in pieces. I replaced the display, but it was still did a mistake. I didn't did a mistake with the volume button circuit was so well glued to the circuit board that I actually broke it when I pulled it out. So the only way that I can put the volume up is by using the settings in the software, which is fine. But I said, look, I will do a little bit of an investment in the future. And when I say investment in the future, it's around the fact that I'm still having a job. So I'm in the intrapreneur phase, and I started to work on being a silent entrepreneur, and I can afford it right now, and that's why, in my opinion, is the best way to go this way, and not going around and just cutting loose and go from one stage to the other. That's why I have this 4 stages process, you know, from one entrepreneur to intrapreneur, side entrepreneur, and full-time entrepreneur. It's getting a little bit crowded, but even then I can still do my vlogging. Okay, let's go, let's move on. Another thing that I might talk today, speak today, it's the fact that my learning curve was actually exponential since I started. I started 3 weeks ago, and 4 weeks ago. In the meantime, I have to learn a few tricks and sleeves. I would say that I'm technically okay, as I have an engineering background, so I'm alright with new gadgets and stuff. But the producing of the videos, I was actually mind-blowing. I didn't realize that you will spend so many hours to produce one video. The last video, although that it was a 12 minutes or 13 minutes video, I spent about 6 hours to produce it, and maybe I'm not at the phase that I'm very proficient in the workflow, but it takes you a long time, especially if you do something that is based with statistics and you want to put pictures in it and other videos and put overlays. So I would say it's not that easy. Probably shooting the video, even shooting the video, is not an easy task, especially if you don't pre-plan your topic. You can do rant and improvise, but you actually have to have a little bit of a plan. So today I actually decided to do 2 things. So one is to merge 2 topics and shoot both topics while I'm walking, and both from a mobile and static face, because I have to show some things on the other phone, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, this is the front camera again, and you can see what's the difference here. I will just keep walking so you can see the difference. Lucky I have long hands. I have a bicycle coming, bikes coming. It will be a great view. For example, here, see, I have the Yarra River here because I'm in Melbourne in Australia, and you can see, if you do a video from a static point of view, how it looks. Probably I should move because there are it's a lot of movement. Also, it could be even this way. And yeah, hope you like it. Maybe when you film or record with your phone, it's if people are messaging you, whatever the app, you know, it appears, the notifications appear as you record, and sometimes you think there's something wrong with the camera, and you have to adjust and look what the hell is happened. Especially if you film with a back camera, you can't see, and you think, hey, what the hell happened? Maybe I'm not recording anymore, or it's a problem with the video or not. So I was talking about the fact that it's taking 4 times to actually become consistent in a new habit or new hobby. This is the 4th time that I'm doing it. It's all about 2 things you can get away with any kind of business or hobby or any endeavor that you do. It's persistence and consistency. Yeah, so just get out, do it, and as you do it, you will see whatever is necessary. Don't pre-plan it too much. Just get in, plan the first step or the second step, dive in, and reap on the rewards. You will get the rewards as you come along. Mythbusters did a very interesting video I actually posted on my LinkedIn, in which they were saying that the shortest distance is not necessarily between the 2 points, straight between 2 points, and they did an experiment to demonstrate that. It's really interesting, and I see it very similar with the doing a new endeavor or a new business and so on, because it's a dive process the first time, which is very fast. You dive in new things, you learn new things as you come along, and you realize the immensity of the task or what is needed to do it. Then you realize that you have to chunk it down a little bit better, and the more you dive, the more experience you get. Then it comes actually a deep a depth or a valley phase. Then as you go up, you start to ramp up, and guess what, you have more velocity than other people who try to still find a shortcut. They still need a one button wonder, and somebody else to do it for them. I mean, if it is your hobby, then you should go ahead and do it, not nobody else, because it's your baby, and you should raise it like a baby. Yeah, you have to change the diapers at the beginning. It's messy, it's very messy, but you reap the rewards. They are your kids, they are your babies, they are your hobbies. It's something that you create. Yeah, so probably this is what's different between us and other species on this world, that the fact that we create and procreate, they are 2 different things. I think I should do this daily, more often. I don't know, because really the time flies by, and the steps are flying by, and guess who's reaping the rewards? Now, I was talking about leaning up or hacking, if you want, things, and I was talking about merging, and I was talking about merging 2 things. In this case, there are 2 actions that you have to do. So I'm walking, and I'm also recording. Yeah, I can't do a walk without walking, and I can't do recording without recording. So nothing is stopping you to do this. You can do it in rain as well if you want. I don't recommend it, but hey, it can be done in any type of environment. Another struggle that I had when I started to actually film, it was the fact that I have to choose the camera that I should use, and I was struggling with what camera to use, especially when I was inside, because I was thinking, hey, maybe I can do it straight to webcam, because I was trying to actually lean as much as possible the journey of producing. So usually people, what are doing, they're buying great camera, even or the phone, then you download everything to your computer, then you start producing and you have to rearrange all the files and so on. And I was thinking, how about I shortcut it and just film it straight to the webcam, and then I produce straight away. I have a few devices home, and I'm not talking phones right now, I'm talking just computing devices, or I want to call them. Zen Duo, and I have MacBook Air 2015 or 2012 edition, I can't remember exactly, the one with more jacks. And then I have the Microsoft Surface 4, Surface Pro 4, which is fairly old, or already at 7 I think, and the Pro X came on. But the best camera, hands down, it's on the Microsoft Surface Pro, and iPad Pro as well, and that has a 1080p camera as well. But in rest, I wouldn't recommend doing it on a webcam unless you don't have anything. And you know what, you don't have to spend. If your message is getting out there and what you talk about is the right thing, absolutely use the webcam. Don't let that stop you. The second bit, it was producing the video. All right, so everybody on the YouTube was in the Final Cut Pro or Adobe Pro and so on. They're all very expensive softwares in my opinion. So I was trying to get on the lay low and have the one that's cheapest. If you have a Mac, iMovies, that can do your job probably until you reach the 300 video that you do. Unfortunately, on Windows it's a little bit of mixed message. You can do it with the video editor, but that's kind of basic. If you want to do any effects, any blurs, any stuff that it needs two or three tracks, because it has just one track, and that's it. And I still didn't find how to do picture-in-picture. So hence I did a little bit of research, and I bought PowerDirector 18 or 365, because what I really liked about 365, it was the fact that I had the video library, which is updated with premium videos every month, and sounds and also images. So whenever I do more documentary type video, which I did the last 3, I actually like to use PowerDirector. I use PowerDirector because that was a learning steep curve to actually learn how to do it as well, and I become better and better. I'm not there, but hey, the only way to learn it is to do it. Yeah, so as I told you, dive in, start the hustle, how Gary is saying. The next step probably is to do, I'll try, I'm not sure if I will try it right now, but I'll try to actually produce the entire video on a mobile device. There are a few softwares that are pretty good. I think Action Director and even PowerDirector has a mobile version. I'm not quite sure if my phone has any built-in software, or I'm pretty sure I can found in the apps store or in the Play Store some applications to do it, but I'm not quite sure if they are free and you can do whatever you want to do. Sometimes you have to pay a little bit of money to get what you need, but it's like you shouldn't buy a I don't know, $20,000 rig to start doing videos on YouTube with you ranting about. I mean, if you have the money, hey, be my guest, but I don't think it's worth it to do it. Just do it with what you have and then improve on that. And if you need a better camera after a while, or you can't produce a video, then just buy something as cheap as possible and get the job done. And it's funny because sometimes even the softwares that are, oops, again, my beautiful selfie went down, selfie stick went the other way. Even when looking on YouTube and comparing, it's funny, the softwares that are number one, let's say number one and number two, I would say Final Cut Pro and Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere Suite. You know, all the videos are pretty much about them. Other softwares that are probably doing the same job, or at least a job that is good enough or more actually is sufficient, they are not actually featured in the best possible way, because people are not using it, because they are just following the most shiny object that is on the internet. I'm not trying to talk down Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere by all means, because I'm pretty sure they're doing everything you need, but they are not the only options there. So you have to think outside the box and do your research. From my perspective, all the videos that I did, they were with PowerDirector. As I posted in, I think, one of the first videos, I was doing some statistics around the fact that YouTube is a great equalizer, and doesn't matter if you are a woman, man, LGBT, or kid, or with pimple, without pimple, or fat, or skinny, or overweight, and any type of nationality and so on. It's a great equalizer. The people will react in general if you provide them value, and if the people will be the judge of your quality of your video. And when I say quality of the video, it's not the fact that it's 4K or you have a latest mic. That doesn't matter, or it matters, but probably it's a 2 or 3% of your message. If you give people value, they will react. So go out there and do it. Now, as I was saying, getting out and doing your piece of content, whatever that might be, it's up to you. Can you do it? Absolutely, you can do it even better than me. Much more improved with your particular idea and flavor. You don't have to copy, you have to emulate. That's the word. I mean, you might follow a structure, or you might have a mentor, which it can be on YouTube. It doesn't have to be a person as such, but you will find your particular brand, and this is what I'm building here. So, as a conclusion, that's pretty much it. This is pretty much it for my first piece of content around doing a piece of content while you're out and you're merging two things at once. In this case, I walk and I talk, and I'm doing two things that are both necessary. Can you do it? Yes, I totally recommend it. I think it will be a time, if it's not already, when even as jobs, there will be like the classic jobs that we have. It will be, call it a Fiverr style, as it is right now. You will have gigs, and whatever the gig is that you are better, whatever the gig is that you know how to perform and do, whether it's doing websites, whether it's digital related or not, even doing engineering work or civil engineering and so on. It can be outsourced, and all the employers or people that want to contract you will go to the page and will say, hey, I need you to do this gig for us. And it might be a gig that is priced from $5 to, I don't know, $1 billion or $1 million, depending on what kind of skills you have and you own. But the whole idea revolves about one thing. People won't employ you, or people won't look at you if you don't know about you, if they don't know about you. You have to get your name out. People are saying, well, I don't like to sell myself. You're not selling yourself, you're selling your brand. You're selling your image. Whatever you are home, that's up to you. That's your personal private life. If you want to put your family in your hobby as well, then so be it. But it's your choice. But at the end of the day, you have to build your brand, because brand represents expertise. And if you have expertise in any area of choice, and if that area of choice is sought after, you will do well. So I'll leave you with these thoughts today. This is Edward Saba from the First 1000 channel. I wish you to stay strong and be safe until next time. Love yous. Let's talk about how good is your video. Here is the funny thing. It doesn't matter. If you feel that you haven't done the video right, you know what? You can edit it. You can even delete it. If this video is not good, then next week one, it will be better because you learned something. You see, I put the camera, which is downward, so I have to look here. Or maybe I have to turn it this way.